Hello and welcome everyone to a Palazzo Fantasy Baseball podcast. Two L's, two Z's. How y'all doing today? Britton Allan, I'm your host, and here we are, September 15th. 2 weeks left. I can't believe it. Only 2 weeks left in the season, but we're still here talking about Fab, and we're coming down to the wire. Uh, so I just wanted to say first off, I wanted to give a shout out to Sarah Sanchez and Shelly Vergistrate. They have a podcast on the Pitcher List Network called Fantasy Feud. They asked me to be a guest, and we're recording next week, next Tuesday. So if you get a chance, please go download Fantasy Feud with Sarah Sanchez and Shelly Vergistrate. I'll be on their next episode. I'm really looking forward to it. I've met Sarah, and I think I met Shelly at first pitch, but I met Sarah Sanchez at first pitch. We hung out. She's really cool. She really knows her baseball and is a big fantasy player too. We're actually in a couple leagues together, and I'm going to have to bring that up because I think she's beating me in both. But that's all right. So shout out to them. Fantasy Feud, that's happening next week. Hello, everybody. It looks like some people are here at the chat. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. I know it's fantasy football. It's late in the season. People are probably checking out. I totally get it, but we're here because I'm still in contention in some leagues. Like the vast majority of my leagues are NFBC. You know, the season ends on 5x5 Roto. The season ends September 29th. And I'm in fourth place here. I'm in first place in two leagues, and and they're not Fab leagues, but I am in a couple other Fab leagues where I'm sliding. I'm on a slip and slide downhill, and one of the reasons is, and if you see the look on my face, you may ask yourself, why is Britain so red? Well, a lot of reasons, frankly, a lot of reasons. But the main one is because I got punched in the face by Brandon Fott yesterday or the day before. Like, to be honest, I can't remember if it was yesterday or the day before, because he single-handedly I had him in like 50% of my leagues, and he had such a it was so bad that even at the end of a season long, worth of starts, man, he gave up 8 earned runs, 3 walks, didn't make it to the second inning, I don't think, or to the third. It's like I was like, oh my God. I haven't been abused that bad in I don't know how long. I'm like, actually, I do remember there was one time with Carlos Rodon was with the White Sox. He gave up like 7 earned runs in the first inning. I literally called in sick to. This is a true story. Don't tell anybody. I literally called in sick to work. I was so upset. Carlos Rodon. That was years ago too. I mean, that was like 7 years ago. I still remember it like it was yesterday. But today's a new day. Let's check the chat to see if anyone's actually here. They're not, go doing fantasy football, which I totally understand. We'll get to some players. I wrote down a bunch of players. I mean, look at this. Look at that. I made notes. We actually have a bunch of players to talk about, like good players, exciting players. Jacob deGrom, Reed Detmers. I love Reed Detmers. I love Reed Detmers. Trevor Story, all kinds of interesting names. But before we get to that, let's check out the chat to see how everybody's doing today. It's a beautiful day. There's Mike Penna. What up, Mike? The gentleman, Pistol RX. Good luck, everybody. Hey, Mike, thank you. Thank you for being here, man. I appreciate it. I love talking fantasy baseball with you guys. Hey, here's the man. What up, Chad? Yes, I saw that the other day. That was awesome. Pablo Sandoval pitched 5 scoreless innings. Yeah, baseball's the best, man. I mean, I like football. NFL, college football. I watched college football pretty much all day yesterday. I watched my Memphis Tigers beat up on some Florida State. So, but baseball is the S. Time for the Yankees to sign him to play Garrett Cole. Yeah. Poor Cole, man. Did y'all watch that game? What Chad's bringing up is so Garrett Cole was pitching and he was cruising. I mean, he was like in the fourth inning. I think maybe gave up one run, but maybe not. Anyway, so here comes Rafael Devers, and I don't know if Boone like told him to do it, but I mean, Garrett Cole literally looked at the up, did that, and pointed to first base, and Devers was like, really? Like I mean, it's not. There was nobody on base. Like well, I guess that's why they walked him. I don't know. And then after the game, Boone, the manager for the Yankees, was like, me and Garrett have talked about trying to be more aggressive with our intentional walks. More aggressive with your intentional walks. Interesting. Okay. Well, he's obviously a MLB manager. I'm not, but I'm not sure if I would call that aggressive. But yeah, whatever. So, and then of course things spiraled out of control after that, and Cole got knocked up for like 7 earned runs. But it all started with that intentional walk to Devers. Like, I mean, if he hits a home run, so what? It's one run. Who cares? But yeah, I think Garrett's not going to history's not going to look too kindly on that. But whatever. All right, Mike. I'm in Game 7 today. Winner gets to the championship. Good luck. Good luck, Mike. We all need some luck. That's the thing. It's like you can make all the right moves. You can, but injuries. Like. A lot has to go right to win a league, a lot. And no matter how you try to work it and strategy, like things still have to run right. Like you could be the best poker player in the world and still lose, to my 12-year-old daughter if the cards come out her way. It's just like you just got to keep going. Just keep going, and eventually good things will happen. I know it doesn't seem like that sometimes. Brandon fought. Oh, that's going to leave a mark. I have him in my TGFBI league, and I started him in so many leagues, and I was in like 20th place, which is in that league has got like 400 people, and I want to finish top 20. I don't know why. Who cares? But that's just like some goal I had in my mind for whatever reason. And that thing that one start knocked me back to like 32nd. Oh, but you know what? Today's a new day. See, Pistol knows what I'm talking about. Holy moly. That fought bomb, that was like Pearl Harbor. My sink my battleship. Oh man. Hey, thank you, sir. Thank you, Pistol, for the kind words. Hey, what up? There's Star Platinum. Star, if you need strikeouts, Cruz on Cincy. If you need 2 wins, bulk relievers, Alexander, Tampa, and Manning, Detroit. Manning pitches against the White Sox next week. Yes, that is a very good strategy. Do you know how many wins the White Sox have this year? Like less than 40. I mean, historically terrible team. They actually had a walk-off win yesterday against the A's, which was kind of shocking. So maybe they're turning it around. No, they're not. So yeah, so you want to target pitchers that are playing against the White Sox because the White Sox literally lose, almost all their games. So let's talk about that. Reed Detmer's playing for the Angels. He this week he's a must add. Not only has he been great, but the strikeouts are there. He goes at least 6 innings in his last 2 starts, striking people out, whiffs. All the metrics look good on Reed Detmer's for the Angels. Plus, he's playing the White Sox, and I think he's playing tomorrow. So we're looking at a 2-step week. And Griffin Canning, he's probably available in your league. And if you look at how his starts are mapped out for the rest of the year, what are we talking about? 14 games for the rest of the year. All he does is play White Sox. Like that's just how it did. Like he'll play the White Sox this week and he'll play the White Sox the last week. And I think he's got 2 starts on the last week too. So Griffin Canning, I know he's up, he's down, mostly not great, but who cares? He's playing against the White Sox, like one of the least successful seasons in the history of Major League Baseball. I hope there are better days in store for the White Sox, but it's where we are. So Reed Detmers isn't number one for me. He's number two because Jacob deGrom is number one. So if y'all noticed, he's back. He looks just like he did years ago. Good. Jacob deGrom. Hopefully his innings will build up a little bit. Texas isn't playing anything anymore, but everybody wants deGrom to get going and go into the offseason ready for his offseason routine and work and be ready to go for next year. That also applies to Kumar Rocker. Like Kumar Rocker, they're not going to let him go much more than say like 70 pitches. Like he pitched a little over 4 innings, excuse me. And his major league debut looked excellent, looked great. I'm happy for him because he's had injuries in his very, very young career. He was a Vandy boy too. So so they're gonna. I think he's going to get a couple more turns. Kumar Rocker for the Rangers, he looked really good. So I would go deGrom first if he's available. Go see if deGrom's available. I would do Reed Detmer second, Griffin Canning, and then Kumar Rocker because you just don't know how much Kumar Rocker is going to pitch. I would think they wouldn't just bring him up, put him on the 40-man. Hey, once you get brought up, put on the 40-man roster and then active roster, you sign a major league contract, pursuant to the collective bargaining agreement. So he's on a major league contract. So there's no fooling around anymore. Like his clock is started. So they got to let him have a couple more starts just to keep him going in a good, basically say, if you want to be in the starting rotation on opening day and next year, let's see. And I think I think he's going to perform too because he looked really good. I mean, these are good pitchers: deGrom, Rocker, Detmers, Canning. I don't know. We'll see. But he's playing the White Sox, so who cares? If he's decent, he's off the waiver wire. So another guy to keep an eye on, and y'all let me know what you think about this. Reese Olson for the Tigers is going to be activated this week. I really liked Reese Olson earlier this year. Unfortunately, he got injured, but he had a really good stretch of starts, and he kind of got screwed out of some wins. Bad luck, Tigers, whatever. But I really like Reese Olson. I'm not saying, go run out and grab him or anything like that, but, just keep your eye on him because he's a really talented young pitcher, and he's according to his the Tigers Detroit beat writers or whatever, he's going to be activated, and I think during the Kansas City series, which is coming up. All right, let's hit the chat again. God, man, I would love to. In one of my NFBC leagues, I found Jacob deGrom, and I have like $14 left, so I'm doing $10. Just because I have just a little money left. I don't know if $10 is going to get me Jacob deGrom, but we'll give it a shot. All right, Salazar, aloha to you, Salazar. One of my favorite pitchers was a pitcher by the name of Danny Salazar. I don't know if y'all remember him. That's like circa 2015 with the Cleveland Guardians. I remember this too because I had this pitching staff it was one of my favorite pitching staffs of all time, and it was all Cleveland Indians. Well, at the time Indians, now Guardians, but it was Corey Kluber, Carlos Carrasco in his prime, Trevor Bauer before he did his things, whatever, I don't know, and Danny Salazar. And they each one of those in that year, I want to say 2015, 2016, like they all had like 200 strikeouts, which was unheard of for a starting rotation. But that's what I remember for Danny Salazar. Man, that was a tangent. That was a straight up tangent right there. Thank you, Salazar, for reminding me of Danny Salazar. The guy in the main event, NFBC, has the number 1 and number 2 team out of 800 teams, and his third team is 24th. Is that Steve Wymer? I think I've met him. I think that's Steve Wymer. I could be wrong, Star Platinum, but I've met him out in Arizona. Yeah, if it's the guy I'm thinking of, yeah, that's borderline. Uh, you know, just crazy. That's crazy. And I want to say too, like a lot of teams, like when you draft those NFBC teams, like uh, if I don't know if they do all the main events like at the same time. I've never been in a main event, but like my all my leagues are like the 50s and like the draft champions stuff like that. The main events is like $1,700 per entry or something like that. But yeah, that is amazing. I mean, that is really hard to do. I mean, because you're talking about the best players or some of the best players. Double start pitchers: Williamson, Cannon, Davis, Martin for the White Sox. That's the only thing holding Davis Martin back is you play for the White Sox. But if you're in a head-to-head, two starts is two starts, and typically the team that has the most starts wins in head-to-head points. I like this guy too. He got blown up his last, just FYI. He definitely he had a really good start and then he got a blown up start. He's a ground Paul, Uncle Paul. He's a ground ball pitcher, not strikeout stuff, but yeah, he's worth starting. Long story short, I think Star's right. Palante. Is Herder really this good? I think he's pretty good. I start him. Star says Olsen won't pitch enough innings. You're probably right. Yeah, coming off an injury like that, yeah, that's probably true. I just want to keep an eye on him just because he's one of my favorite young players. Oh yeah, are you talking about the Wymer? Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not in the main event, but I know Michael Govier is, so he would know more than me, obviously. Thoughts? Ooh, look at this. Thoughts on Ryan Feltner, Griffin Canning, Tyler McGill, or any closers who is taking over for Ben Joyce. All right. That reminds me. I'm glad you brought this up, Mike. I definitely want Griffin Canning in that group because he's playing all White Sox for the rest of the year. All he does is play White Sox. So give me Griffin Canning number one and McGill two, Feltner third. But hey, don't forget Luke Weaver. And yeah, that Luke Weaver, the Cardinals, Luke Weaver. Well, he plays for the Yankees now, and he's the Yankees closer. Chad Holmes has been removed. He is not closing games anymore. And Luke Weaver's been pretty good. And I always liked Luke Weaver, Dreamweaver. I'm glad he's having a kind of a resurgence there with the Yankees. Yeah, but Holmes is out, Weaver's in. So Mike, if you're looking for a closer off the waiver wire, go pick up Luke Weaver. Govier is in first and second place. There you go. Hey, Anthony. That's right. Govier is in first and second in all our hearts. No, I am not. That is too funny. Hey, that's what I said too. Yeah, in our first and second in our hearts. That's right. Michael Govier. He was doing the fantasy football show. Hope y'all catch that or subscribe if you would. Go to the YouTube channel, the Palazzo YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button if you would. We're getting close to 1,000. I think, but if you would, just hit the button. It would mean a lot to us as we're trying to get the subscribers up because some monetary things kick in or something like that. And so Michael, we need to put some get Michael Govier. There we go in our hearts. There you go. Subscribe, please. There you go. Please subscribe. Oh, and follow me on Twitter at my name, Britton Allan. I've got a picture of. I can't remember when that Twitter account was when I made it or whatever happened, but there's a picture of me, and I've had the same picture. It was when me and my wife went to California. We flew into San Francisco and then drove to Monterey, and we just, we rented the car and drove down California One or whatever, and it's Pacific Ocean is freaking beautiful. But yeah, that picture for me is like 20 years ago. Like I don't look like that anymore. It's a little yeah, I'd probably need to update that picture. That's funny. But yeah, that picture was taken in California on California One. All right, there's Mike's. Thank you. All right, let's talk a little bit more about the pitchers. Again, Jacob DeGrom, number one, Reed Detmer's number two, Griffin Canning, Kumar Rocker. I think those are guys that I'm putting bids in if they're available. I found one league with Jacob DeGrom is available, which is pretty exciting. So hopefully I'll get him. But yeah, those are the guys I want. As far as hitters go, I think Trevor Story has got to be a number one waiver wire ad. He's starting every day, shortstop. He only bats sixth or seventh. That's not great, but he's been coming on lately. Past 2 games, 5 hits. I watched him play yesterday. He stole a base. Like, he looks healthy and ready to go. I love hitting in Boston. So Trevor Story, and Cora loves him too. Just said all these great things about him. So I think Trevor Story is going to finish strong. Show the Boston organization what they're paying for. So I really like Trevor Story. He's a gamer too. He's not like Anthony Rendon. He's the opposite. He wants to play, and he wants to play well. So give me Trevor Story. Also, the Rockies. I hope y'all don't get tired of me saying. Look, but this is what I believe. The Rockies hitters can change the course of all our leagues, because they have, with the final 14 games or whatever, 10 of these games. Why am I having trouble talking? I don't know. Because I've been Brandon Pfaadt. All my problems are because of Brandon Pfaadt. Not my fault. No, never. Brandon Pfaadt. Honey, our account's overdrawn. Brandon Pfaadt. My tire blew out. Brandon Pfaadt. Oh, sorry. Okay. So anyway, Rockies hitters. 10 of the last 13, Rockies have 13 games left. 10 are at Coors Field. So we're talking 10 games of 10 and a half, 11 over-unders. You got to get in on it. You've got to. So go check and see if Brandon Rogers, Charlie Blackmon, Nolan Jones, my personal favorite, Mike Toglia, he's going to hit 25 home runs this year, a sneaky 25 home run hitter. His average sucks, but I think he's still got like 6 or 7 stolen bases. He's their future. He's their future first baseman. He can also play outfield. I like Mike Toglia. And here's a sneaky one. A sneaky Colorado Rocky. Ryan Noda's been called back up. Yeah, y'all remember Ryan Noda, the Rule 5 pick from the Los Angeles Dodgers. He's back up. He's a platoon guy. He's a lefty, but he can play first base. He can play in the infield, I believe. He'll probably DH some too. But yeah, the Rockies aren't going anywhere. They got to get a look at Ryan Noda and get him going to see if he's part of their future or not. Why the hell not? So Ryan Noda is kind of sneaky too. Keep your eye on him. But obviously, Charlie Blackmon bats leadoff. He's a perennial pro. Brendan Rodgers is obviously, if you got a MI spot. Nolan Jones, and if all those players are gone, I mean, I would just go ahead and say, especially if it's daily moves league, go up and get Ryan Noda. Ryan Noda, heck yeah. A couple other kind of sneaky guys that if I miss out on Story and I miss out on the Colorado guys, here's a player that I'm interested in. His name is Tyler Soderstrom for the Oakland Athletics. First round pick from 2020. He's been injured all season. I'm sorry to say, but he's back. He's a catcher and I believe outfield eligible. I could be wrong. Maybe catcher, first base. Yeah, he's not an out. He can't play outfield. So catcher, first base eligible. Tyler Soderstrom, power hitter, lefty bat, and I kind of like the Oakland A's. And the reason why I've been doing a lot on the Oakland A's is because I am absolutely fascinated by next year. Meaning, like, y'all remember when COVID hit and the Toronto Blue Jays, because of Canada's COVID policies or whatever, like they played a lot of their home games in Dunedin, Florida, and then also somewhere in upstate New York. I can't remember, but Bo Bichette and Vladimir Guerrero Jr., career years for numbers because they're hitting in minor league parks. So the Oakland A's are going to play a minor league park next year, a place called Sutter Health in Sacramento, West Sacramento, part of the PCL, Pacific Coast League. Like the right field fence, and this is just a teeny little bit of research, and I won't bore y'all, but this is so important because of A's hitters. So where they're playing next year, it's in the PCL, Pacific Coast League. The right field fence is 325. So to give you an idea of that, that's like Cincinnati, and so you've got so all the lefty hitters for the Oakland A's, I'm drafting all of them. Because a lefty hitter, it's like the short porch at Yankees. That's why they got Juan Soto. I mean, lefty hitters are going to crush that minor league ballpark next year. Lefties for the Oakland A's, of course, Tyler Soderstrom, Ryan Noda's. Wait a minute, Ryan Noda. Why was I talking about Ryan Noda for the Rockies? He doesn't play for the Rockies. I'm sorry. I think I got him confused with Nolan Jones or something. Yeah. Anyway, Brent Rooker is going to be awesome no matter where. That's another guy that I'm targeting if he's playing for the Oakland A's, batting second or third. JJ Bleday is a lefty. All those guys. Lawrence Butler's a lefty. I'm all in on the A's. Lefty A's next year. Seth Brown is a lefty. Man, I could just go on and on and on. But that's next year. But the reason why I like Tyler Soderstrom this year, he was a first-round pick. They're going to get him going. I believe they said he's going to get the bulk of the first base reps for here on out. So I like Tyler Soderstrom for his power. And, he's kind of basically, trying to get some momentum going into next year because he was an important piece of one of their best prospects. So he's back up. He's going to play a lot. If you're looking for just something sneaky out of nowhere in a super deep league, Tyler Soderstrom is the guy I like. Nathan Lukes is for Toronto Blue Jays. He's got a 340 average. He's been good. If you need some batting average help, he's batting leadoff for the Toronto Blue Jays. Nathan Lukes, he's a lefty bat. Angel Martinez Martinez got called up from the Cleveland Guardians. He was one of their big prospects. Why don't they call up George Valera? Does anybody know? I don't know. Anyway, so they called up Angel Martinez because Kwan has fatigue. So I don't know if he's on the IL or not, but Angel Martinez for the Guardians, he's probably going to bat leadoff, get you some runs. He can steal a base, not much pop, but he's going to get plate appearances. Long story short, with Kwan out, Angel Martinez is going to get plate appearances. Nathan Lukes is going to get plate appearances, and at the end of the day, that's what you want. The team that has the most plate appearances more than likely will win. That's just how numbers work out. I also like Trevor Larnach. He's batting fourth for the Minnesota Twins. He's playing every day. And okay, two more random tricky wicky dicky. Brandon Faab. Ronald Acuna's brother got called up. Did y'all see that? Luis Angel Akuna. He got his first game for the Mets with Lindor on the IL. Lindor's hurt. He got 2 hits. Yeah. I mean, I like any player named Akuna. any player named Akuna. So he's going to be the shortstop, it looks like. So if you like, if you need middle, he could be good. He's no power. I think he had like 7 home runs in his entire career in AAA or whatever. But he can be interesting if you want to see it. If you want to see what an Akuna can do on your team. All right, this next player, this is beyond, I wouldn't say desperate, but I'm desperate. Yeah. Jonah Bride for the Marlins. He's batting fifth for the Marlins. He's hit safely. Like if you look at his game log, he's hit safely about 9 of the last 10 games. So Jonah Bride, if you're looking for a super sneaky out of just nowhere hitter, Jonah Bride for the Miami Marlins has been really, really hot lately. I know you're like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, I know, Jonah Bride. I kind of dig Jonah Bride. Yeah, that's funny. So you got Trevor Story on one side, you got Jonah Bride in the other, and I wonder why I'm sliding in in my leagues. Brent Fuck. Oh no. Star brings up a good thing. Lindor's in the lineup today. Okay, well, if Lindor is back in the lineup, then Akuna is not going to get the plate appearances. So good call on that. Let's see. Star's got some more info. They will change the dimensions. Okay. They will change. We were talking earlier about the ballpark in Sacramento where the Oakland A's, apparently the Star says they're going to change. Oh yeah, you did that too. Where did we go? We stayed one night and I believe it's called Carmel by the Sea. It's freaking beautiful. We had this nice little hotel. Not a hotel, like bed and breakfast type situation, right there along the Pacific coast. Waves crashing all night. It was awesome. Carmel by the Sea. It's Carmel by the Sea was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Well, ladies and gents, we're probably going to end this stream a little bit early because I know everybody's got to go get their fantasy football lineup straight. Thank you, everybody, for coming by and saying hello. I wish you the best. Good luck. If you need a pitcher, please go see if Reed Detmers is available. Jacob deGrom, Griffin Canning, all playing the White Sox. That's awesome. And Kumar Rocker too. Is those are my pitching fab guys. I'm making bids on all those dudes. For the hitter, Trevor Story. I'm going to go get Trevor Story. I'm going to get Trevor Story. He's heating up. I think he's going to have a really, really good end of the year. I'm all about Trevor Story. Also, go get those Rockies hitters. Like I said, 10 games in Coors. 10 games in Coors. You grab one of those Rockies and they get hot. Oh, it's going to feel so good. They end the season at Coors too. So you're squeezing that, you're popping that Coors Light and slugging it like bachelor party slugging it. Like there is no tomorrow slugging it because there is no tomorrow. The season ends September 29th. So get 10 Rockies. No, okay. Go buy a 12-pack of Coors Light or Coors, whatever you want. And then each day for breakfast, crack open that Coors Light and pound that sucker. And put Brandon Rogers, Charlie Blackmon, Nolan Jones, Mike Talia. No, don't drink during the morning. I'm being silly, obviously. I mean, unless you're on vacation. I think I think you can do that if you're on vacation. Or if you're in Las Vegas. Because time doesn't exist in Las Vegas anyway. It doesn't matter if it's morning, night, or noon because it doesn't exist. All time has been suspended in Las Vegas, Nevada. At least that's what they told me. That's what I remember. Anyway, Brendan Rodgers, Charlie Blackmon, Nolan Jones, Mike Talia, my boy Mike Talia. What up? Go pick those guys up because they've got 10 games. The Rockies have the best hitting schedule coming up. 10 games at Coors. 11 over-unders. Go grab those dudes. And if you need a closer, Luke Weaver for the Yankees. Go get Luke Weaver if you need a closer. But if you looked at all those hitters and you're like, they're all gone, or I don't like any of those guys. Jonah Bride. Jonah Bride, the random recommendation, the most random fantasy baseball recommendation in the history of fantasy baseball recommendations. Not Jose Tena. It's Jonah Bride batting fifth for the Marlins. Let's go. Man, if I'm in like eighth or ninth place in the league, I'm just going to put Jonah Bride in and say, F it. I don't care. What difference does it make? It's not like I'm winning. So, Jonah, Brendan Fott. So, Jonah Bride, Marlins. He's on a wicked hitting streak. I love it, and I guarantee you he's available. Also, another guy that's hitting well, Carlos Santana, first base. Boring, but he actually produces. Trevor Larnach. He's been batting fourth every day for the Twins, DHing. So those are some good names. I want to again say thank you. I know we're doing a little bit short today, but I just wanted to get on and shout out all the folks. Star, appreciate you. Mike, thank you, man. Appreciate you, Star. Everybody that showed up, I really appreciate it. Well, I'm coming back next week, so we can talk about Jonah Bride. No, I promise we won't. We'll see how it's going in the final leagues of the season. Your 5x5 roto leagues, or if you just want to talk baseball because your fantasy football team is stinking the place up. I have Tua in my league, and I'm like, oh no, and of course I don't have a backup, so I got to figure all that out. But that's for another podcast and another day. Everybody have a great Sunday. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see y'all next week. Good luck. Don't drink in the mornings.